Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X, which is a 2D4X video game that I'm working on in Godot .Net, which is the C-sharp version of Godot. Godot is a game engine. I meant to have this up when I started my stream. This is our test area here. It's Oregon. This is a post-apocalyptic strategy game that's going to take place in North America. Maybe we'll include the world at some point. Uh, but right now we're just doing Oregon and uh, Washington. And well, one county in Washington. This is kind of like a open source paradox game is what I'm working on here. I don't know why my stuff isn't coming over. Uh, I was double checking everything. I guess it's fine. Sure. Uh, So, what I have up here, I've been slowly chipping away at things, and the next thing that we're working on, I have this list of bugs that's somewhere. I suddenly lost it. It's not this one. This is Godot's issues. I wanted to look up one if I get it again. This reoccurring issue. Let's see if it's listed in the bug list, the issues on Godot. Um, this is kind of what we're working on. Basically, you can see over here, this writes to the event log for the player, but it's happening when everyone is searching or researching. They research and they complete it, but then the next person researches and it gets completed, and the next person. So we need to make this only happen once, basically. This one is different because a hero is researching it, and that kicked it off correctly. These ones, the population, like you have population that is just in the county, they are researching it, and they it's happening more times. And I was looking at it here. I was looking at a couple of things here because I had to remind myself what the hell I was doing. I guess I can't look that way. I was trying to think of a way to look at YouTube to make sure that my shit was working. Because occasionally I miss YouTube comments, and I always feel bad when I miss them because they're supposed to come over to OBS, but sometimes it doesn't work. And right now I'm not seeing anything from either one. Oh well, that's part of life, I suppose. Uh, so let's see here. This is going through, and we can actually move this down to here. This is something I just learned from chat the other day, that this is what this does. We can get rid of this though, and we can put this here. So if you put this summary thing, you can just hover over this, and it will tell you what you put down here. So we don't actually need this here. I'll leave it here for now. Oh, now it's working. I was going to say earlier, a second ago, when I was holding down control, I couldn't click through. I don't know why shit goes bad like that every once in a while. I run this scan, SFC scan now thing on my computer all the time, and it always finds issue. I need to really, I say this all the time too, reinstall Windows and start from scratch. Give it a nice fresh go, but I'm too lazy because it's a lot of shit to, I got to reinstall Steam and download video games, and everything gets all fucked up. Anyways, let's hope that I can see the YouTube comments. I've clicked there's these buttons that I click to make sure that they're working, but I usually get a notification. I actually didn't get a notification over here either. So maybe just all sorts of shit is broken today. Generally, I don't stream on Fridays. This channel, I don't stream on Fridays. I have another video game channel. But anyways, so this creates a list. So at the end of the day or the start of the day, I think it's at the end of the day, or not at the start of the day. No, it should be the end of the day. It creates a list, and then it has each person go through. It goes through each person, and it has them check these two things against that list. But what we need to put in here is basically a thing where if it's done, it's actually not here. It's here. If it's done, the research is done, we need to take it out of that list so that the next person doesn't get it. Research by job, research by interest. Damn it, that means we're going to have to do it twice. These are different enough that I have them as two separate things. I wonder if I could make them I wonder if I can make them the same and just run it two different ways. We could do that. It looks like we would pass in an interest type and compare it. Yeah, it's going to be a huge pain in my ass. Let's see here. I hope chat's working. I guess I could do a test over here on Twitch. Here, I'm going to do a test and we'll see if this is, I guess it works kind of. I can't do a test on YouTube because YouTube is not working. So we'll just fingers crossed, you know. On my side, YouTube is not working. It's streaming to it, but I can't look at for some. I think it's because I'm using Firefox. So let's see here. What we could do is once it's completed, we take it off the list. Is there a better way to do this? So we could have a method in each one of these that it just takes it off the list. It automatically. So when we add in this research amount, increase research amount bonus, is this really the right thing? Yeah, so I'm going to rename this actually. I'm going to put with bonus, with amount, with bonus, research amount, with bonus. So we could have just a check right at the end of this, because this happens in both of these. I don't know, where the fuck was that thing? Population research. Create the research list. Check each person, or each people. Check each people for research? Seems a weird way to write that. Check each people. Yeah, that's weird. So it goes through each person. And then at the end it does this. So yeah, we could just add it to this. We're going to have to reference back, though, to where that list is. I wonder if we could pass that list in. I wonder if we can pass that list in and then the list wouldn't be a copy. Where was that shit again? This is under faction data. I guess that makes sense since we are researching faction stuff. So this list is called researchable research, which makes sense. Or we could do it here. We could take off the researchable research, the thing off researchable research here. But let's think about how this rolls too. So it goes through, the person does their research, they get their research or whatever, it increases it, then it takes it off the list. The next person comes through, it's not going to happen because it's not on the list. That should work, I think. I kind of feel like the person before, it's not. No, I think that will work. So I think we need to pass in this list, this researchable research list. I don't know if this is going to quite work how I want, because this might be a different list. I don't think it is. I think it's going to pass in the right thing. Wind, how's it going? Oh no, he's moved. I was going to say, I'm doing great. My cat's right next to me, which is, because I'm always worried I'm going to roll over him with my chair. But yeah, I'm doing great. And I wish this cat would, today he's being mellow. He's been freaking out so much. This is a list of research data. Research item data. And we'll call it researchable research. And then I think that's what this is. That was under faction data. List of research item data. It sure is. Okay. So this is back to the banker. And then we would put in here. We could do this. We could, oh. Did I ask how you were doing, Wind? Um, I think we got to fix this too. Like, not on this one, but another one of these. I forgot about this whole thing. I blocked it out of my brain. I think what we'll do is we'll write a little method in here. It's going to be a public static, I think. No, void. Public static, yes, void. Check if research done. I don't know why I talk like that. Um, if, oh no, this is not going to be, this is going to be return a bool. If is research, get the fuck out of here. Research, I just saw it. Is research done? Okay. Is research done? No work today? Oh, it's a weekend for you. It's Friday for me. Is true. I guess this can't be static. It's fine. Yes, of course it can't be static. It finally is making sense. The static thing is making more sense to me. Just this very second. Because it's okay, so it's checking. It can't be static because it needs to check this actual variable, which is up here. And if it's static, there you can't. It doesn't have the specific thing. It's checking. We need to have this bool here. We'll go with it is done, and then we'll go if research is done. Oh wait, we don't need that shit. We can just do this. We can just do this. Return is research done. Hey, Lord Mac, how's it going? I know I took the day off work. I have too much vacation time, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, we'll just return is research done. I don't know why I made this a method. You know, it's fine because it's better that it's a method because then we could put in like a GD print or some shit in there. I think you're supposed to do that anyways. And we'll see if this turns into a nightmare later. I didn't save this for some reason. So we need to go back to the banker here. And if research item data is research, no, research, what the fuck did I just call that thing? Check if research done. That's a dumb name. Equals true. Researchable research, remove research item data. Friday's getting towards the end. You're not far enough ahead in time. But you know, if we do this, it just dawned on me. Oh, see, my control's not working. Like, you can't tell what button I'm pushing, but I'm pushing control, believe me, and now it's not going to there. I don't know why that's been. It's got to be some issue with my computer. But you know what we can do now? Oh, I was thinking we can make this private. We can do private. This is gonna break a bunch of shit, but then we can put in different stuff. We do need this. I mean, we could, we could get rid of this. Now that, how are we doing this other thing? Yeah, this hits true. So we would do this differently. Check. What's your problem? Oh, that's its problem. I don't think you're supposed to be. What the fuck do I know? But I don't think I don't think you're supposed to be like checking variables and shit. I think you're supposed to have a method for everything. I think Win taught me that. Just blame everything on him. Um, just blame everything on chat. It's chat's fault that I do it wrong. It's not mine. I like to not take responsibility for anything I do. That's the any mistakes. If I do it right, then absolutely I'm gonna take responsibility. All right, so I think that let's look at it again and then we'll run it. But I think that's what we want. So the population research is going to happen. Oh, there's my control works now. It's going to check. It's going to create that list. Then it's going to check here by interest and job. Those are really similar. I probably should make those one thing, but we're just going to leave them separate anyways. So it goes through each person. So it hits the first person. It checks their interest, and if and it increases the amount, and this is where it's going to take it off. And it takes it off the list if it's done at this point. And this has a getter setter in there that sets it so it would be done. So now we need to test it. Oh, and we can see if that bug appears. I want to look more into this bug because it's I don't like it. This bug that happens before the game runs. I was gonna say maybe it just went away. Maybe it did just go away. Oh no, no. I guess it isn't busted. This color that it picked is quite close to the standard color of the things. It didn't. What did it just fix itself? Fuck out of here. Um. All right, we need to run the game and then see. We need to wait until some stuff pops up here. Basically, the population should be researching something. They're going hardcore into production, huh? No storage research? I find that unbelievable. That's not believable. None of these people have an interest in storage. You know, when I started the Visual Studio, I noticed these had said that they were all changed, and I was like, I didn't change that shit. Maybe I did, but I don't remember changing that shit. Like right before I ended streaming last time. Engineering, research. Oh, they're both engineering is the problem. I guess it's not a problem, but they're gonna do this one first. I don't know if I like that. I don't like that. Well, that's a pain in my ass. Let's add a thing for the next round. Currently, the population goes down the list of researchable research, and researches the first one, solution direct. Yes, I do. I wonder if I can type in here and it will make the link appear. Look at the, I typed in exclamation Discord and look at what it put on. They put it backwards. Did it show that on the? That happened one other time. Here, let me make it appear over here. If I mean maybe that's busted too. There we go. Solution, how is your day going? So let's see here. Oh, I was writing. Let's finish writing this thing in here. Currently, the population goes down the list of researchable research and researches. The first one, it would be better if they researched a random research in that tier. So instead of like it, currently we only have 3 research, but we're going to be adding like tons of them. Currently, it's just they're all of the population that has engineering as their interest is gonna research this first one, and then when it's done, they'll go to the next one. And what we really want them to do is spread their research out to everything that has the engineering tier or the engineering whatever interest in it. Um, but I think I'm gonna do that for the next round because I've been bogged down in this research shit for fucking months. So, um, we'll put this in the next, um, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff. Oh my god. There's the next round of population AI. Otherwise, I will never, I was looking at this earlier when I looked at the GitHub for this. It looks like nothing has happened for months, and it's just because I'm on a different. I'm on this one. 2 weeks ago, 5 days ago, I'm on this different branch, and I mean, people who are familiar with GitHub would probably know to look, but um, I remember we were looking for like a mod or something with one of my friends, and I forget what we were looking for, but they were looking at just the main one, the main branch, and it was like this thing hasn't been updated since 2022. So I wanted to make it. I need to push to main. Long story short, I need to push to main more frequently. So it looks like something's being done. Um, all right, we're not done testing this though. Basic production has been completed. Is that true? That's not true. Not even close. It's at 40. Let's see. So that's a problem. Now it says it happened again. And now it's probably is done. No, it's not. Why does it think it's done? There's a skill check. I'm gonna wait for a little bit here. Basic storage has been completed. Whoops. That's not true either. Okay, so there's something else going on here. Basic storage has been completed. Has been completed research. Basic completed research. Completed research. This should be the only. This isn't the one though. Because it said research completed is what it said, didn't it? It said something stupid. Completed research. Has been completed research. The only time, how we have this, is this should only be being run here. This is the only spot that, and that's the only place it is being run. If amount of research done is greater than or equal to the cost of research, this is it. It should only be here, but that's a good point. Maybe I just changed that. I just made that private. No, we do need that. What do we got here? Well, why didn't it tell me this wasn't a bug earlier? What? Let me play the what? Check. Research done. That's weird. Well, here's another one. What the flying fuck? Did it not build? You know, we didn't get that error either. What the hell is going on with my computer today? Let's build. Once again. Are you a Godot person solution? I love when sometimes this thing puts it in backwards. I wonder, you know, there's an update to this little plugin that I haven't been messing with. So the build thing, we didn't get that error, so I have a fear. Well, it did do this. Do you C# or are you a GD script guy? Um, hmm. You know, one time, I guess I didn't save that. Maybe I didn't save that. One time, Visual Studio wasn't searching everything, and it led to like 3-hour nightmare because I didn't know that that wasn't working. Is that in .NET framework? Is that a oh look, this is a nice green color this time. Now I forgot what I was gonna ask. Godot 3 thing? Or is that the same as just .NET? I guess we'll run this again. Let's look. So production, we can make production less smaller too, the amount that's needed. 35, just so we don't have to sit here for so long. I still need to fix the time thing. I need to figure out a way. I thought, didn't, I'm going to put a note in here too because I want to check something. Where's my actual issues here? I believe the event log should have a scroll bar. Maybe I decided not to do that. Let's put this up at the top. What type of game are you making? If you're making a game, I know a lot of people don't. You know, they use it for other things. They use it for making parts of games. How close are we to this getting done? 70%. I guess we can wait it out. Okay, basic production has been completed. I kind of spaced out there for a second. So that's going to be, yeah, it's not done though. I wonder if we can look at it. I don't think we can. Where would it even be? So it would be in the faction area. The shipbirds. Maybe it's printing this. Oh, this is the problem. If faction ID is what we went with. It's printing this for everybody, so it's all of the factions. This is like some other faction. Their shit's done. I think that's what's going on. If now we need a faction data. Faction data equals globals instance faction parent get child faction ID, and then we need this to be, this is a faction level though, so let's do this faction. So we'll have that, and then we'll say just at here faction data is equal to player faction. What? No, what? player faction data do this crap. I get an extra thing there. Well, it's good to know that, well, I hope that's the case. It's good to know that the other factions are researching stuff. The AI factions. Oh, I think I should add some more colors. And take out that one, this color. This color sucks. We're already at 70%? How the fuck did that happen? We just got like everybody must be engineering. Research complete, 100%. You know what we should do? We should make this a method somewhere. Or basically this part, because we check this a lot. I'm gonna put that in too. I want to just keep keep moving forward today, this weekend. Um, what the fuck am I doing here? We want to make a method that checks if a faction data is the player faction data, and god damn it, instead of just having an if statement everywhere. I know where I'll put this though. I guess I'll put it over here. I'm going to put it below this thing. We're going to get back to this thing maybe today. I'm always overly optimistic. All right, so this problem I think has been solved. So they're at 60%. Storage has been completed. We're only seeing it once now. So there was two things, I think. I think it was the population was hitting it twice, which we fixed earlier. Let's get rid of this. Obviously, we're not using that. We can always put it back if we need it later. So I think we can take that off the list here. Yeah, this is done. Well, you know what? Let's let it run for like another couple of days and see if like it's, or at least one day here. Let's see if we get more. Nothing should be being researched right now. Yeah, now a couple of days have passed. So it would be, we would be hitting that thing. We would be seeing it again. Maybe, like I said, maybe I did decide not to have a scroll bar on here, but it sure would be nice. Maybe it was just being a pain in my ass and I just said fuck it for then. This is done. We can close this. When research is done, being researched, the county improvement needs to be added to the faction, to the faction's possible county. So this was what we were working on, and then something else happened. We were getting like duplicates or something, and I think we fixed it. So we have converted warehouse, we have a fisher's shed, we have the garden, because I made the garden really expensive. That's why it's grayed out. Lumberjack shed, researcher's office. Let's go back and retest it from scratch though. And we'll have a research or a hero research as well, because that'll be another test to make sure that everything's working right. There's that fucking bug. There it is. I wanted to search. Maybe this would be a better thing. Let's go exception util and see if we can find it in here. Mm, see, the problem is that this bug is very common for other things, especially this one. Um, and it only happens with when if you don't build it first. This one's been open for a long time, but maybe this has been happening for a long time, and it's just because I started doing that one getter setter that fires. I don't think it's that though. How old are these things, man? I wish they would close the old ones. And it might be something that's like everyone already knows about, and you're supposed to. No, and they already know that like you're not supposed to do what I'm doing. It's definitely like the inspector, this is getting fired with that one thing is checked off. If we uncheck it, it goes away. We tested this all the fuck the other day. Uh, let's do this. Do I still have this? Copy C sharp. Well, let's put Godot first. C sharp. Um, build. No. 10 months ago, huh? This is GD's script though. This is not. No. It's an error that doesn't matter. No. No. Guess I could search for that particular line. I don't think I have any tools in the editor in this. Actually, I do have the tools, but they're in the other. Maybe I do. I can't remember. Um, I mean, it doesn't affect anything. It doesn't seem like it. I gotta make sure I'm not rolling over my cat there. Um, but it annoys me. Mm, no, I guess I could put in a thing and ask what the fuck. I could ask on Reddit or something. I know what their answer is gonna be though. Their answer is gonna be just don't do what I'm doing. that's that's the answer. Um, yeah, it's none of this shit. There's the way to not do what I'm doing is not to use this getter setter, but I really like it. I really like it, and I don't want to not use this. I want to do it the way that I want to do it, if that makes sense. I'm being stubborn. And I want to use my. Okay, I don't know. The cat's on my bed. It doesn't. I shouldn't worry about it. Uh, let's just move forward, and we'll worry about it later, even though it's annoying the shit out of me. What were we going to test? We just started this. Let's check our county improvements. County improvements, we have a researcher's office. That one we checked off ahead of time. We should also have it over here. This could be a problem, but we'll see. We'll be able to check. We'll see if the resources are copying, duplicating. If they're not duplicating, we'll make another one of those new copy things. But let's assign somebody to research here. We'll have them research storage and Griffin. And we'll run this. There was a bug that I have in here that seems to have fixed itself. If research is done, you shouldn't be able to assign a researcher. So let's double check that. I already double checked it before, but I couldn't get it to come back. I don't know what I fixed itself. That's happening a lot. All right, so Anne Griffin is researching basic research. We need a data pass. Basic storage has been completed. Let's check the county improvements. We have a converted warehouse, and we have a converted warehouse, so those are right. We need to build one of these. Which one's cheaper? No. The research is cheaper. Then we'll check over here. Okay, so these are getting duplicated, so who the fuck knows why sometimes they don't and sometimes they do. Because otherwise this would be over here. So let's keep an eye on this down here. Let's speed this shit up. Oh, it was already at 8. Oh, I didn't check the. Okay, we can't assign them there. We can't assign them there. We should be able to assign them here. Maybe in this, do I have notes in this? No, of course not. Maybe it meant the office person. The researcher's office person. I mean, it's best to test all the different options, right? It's already done. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was like a temporary fluke. But that's fixed. So, oh, we didn't check the other thing I wanted to check while I was here. Where am I selected here? Wasco? We need to be in Portland. The researcher's office is done. It's got one worker. This is all working here. Let's double check this. This all seems to be working. We have our scroll bar here. These things look gigantic. But who gives a fuck for right now, right? I think those are fixed. So this one fixed itself. And this is going to be a thing that I do want to do. We'll check this scroll bar though. When research is done being researched, the county improvement, we did that. I think we did that last time. We did that too. Double checked that the county improvement is getting duplicated. Then we'll close this fucking thing. See, we're gonna finish something today. We actually know that the AI is researching shit, but it's not their leader, or it's not their heroes. Let's look at this event log just because I'm curious. Events log. It's just a VBox container. Maybe I didn't do that because it's a big pain in the ass. It's not that big of a pain in the ass, though. Maybe I didn't know how to do it when I set that up. I should just be able to, like, put this right in there. Oh, here is where it was getting... That's where it was getting weird. I think that, and so I said like, oh fuck it, I don't care enough. But maybe I should care enough. So we're gonna want to. I don't want any of those. I want layout. No, I don't want that. I want none of those. I need to set this, I think. This is what I was looking for in their layout, but it's not there. And this is set as, what was it before? Let me take a screenshot of this. And I'm gonna click these buttons wherever they went. So let's make this scroll container the same minimum size here, 300 by 75. Whoops. Oh my God. And then let's put this thing in here. Whoops. Get in here. And then I feel like this should be expand, but maybe I'm wrong. That's like the right size. I think this scroll box container, I don't know. Let's just see what it does. I can't remember how this works. And I kind of vaguely am remembering now that I did mess around with this one day and I was like, you know what, I'll do it later. I might have actually even put it in the event log thing. Nope. Oh, we just need some events here. I turned off our test event where I could click on stuff. We could assign someone to research. That puts an event log in there. That looks normal. Oh, we got a little thing. Okay, so the problem is this isn't big enough. I'm paused. Was that on purpose? We'll see. It will hit a bunch of people all at once here. We need this thing to go to the top. But this is actually, I think, working. My fear is that this is, yeah. Oh, look, we can scroll. Oh, no. No. No, that's not what I was knowing about. We're gonna, oh, man. It's okay. We're prepared for this. I need to turn off the scrolling of the map when you hover over this. Is what I need to do. So that's a pain in my ass. I mean, not really. This will just make bigger. We need this to go. No, not like that. Control Z. We need this to go to here. So I can manually type that in. I don't think I want to manually type that in. Except I might have to. I think this is 26. Oh, it's 31. I really don't want to do that because when we eventually change the screen size, it's gonna when we change the screen size, it's gonna fuck it all up if we type in this minimum size. Basically, we want this whole thing to go all the way up to the top. I feel like there's got to be a way to do that with one of these buttons. And I think we want the anchor over here because that's how shit goes through we can look at this. What was the top one? Scavenge. I guess we can't really tell. We can't tell with all that. I wonder if I didn't do this because it was a pain. I don't want to set myself up for failure later. Not failure, for a pain in my ass later. Like I could do this, just type it in, and then, I could just go 1080, except it's in the wrong direction. Um, we want it to anchor bottom left. I could take out the 31 from the top. It doesn't actually matter. Well, does it go over the top or the event log's on the top, so it would go over the top. So I could just put that in there, but the problem is, once again, that if we change our screen size, we're going to have some weird shit. If we make it smaller, it's going to be even weirder. And the scroll bar won't appear until, I guess we could tell it to always show the scroll bar. I think that's an option. Then it wouldn't matter. We'd have to put the top bar above this, though. I think it goes from... Actually, I think this was right. I think it goes from the bottom up. So the event thing is going to be on the very bottom. I don't think that other control matters. This thing has a control inside of it. I know I don't do things like this anymore where I put a control on every one of them. Even though that would make this easier with the other thing that I always talk the hider thing that I always say I'm going to do then not do. Let's see here. Let's see what I just did. If it was bad or good. I have a feeling it's going to go the wrong direction. Now we need something. Eric? No. No. This is so I know what's going on here. Um, whoops, we don't want that. We have a thing, a UI scene somewhere called this, and this is probably on expand or something. It sure is. And I think it was expanding the, whoops, I didn't say well, it's fine. I think it was set it to expand for if there was too much text, like it would expand for enough text, but we'll see. We can assign you. I guess we should, Joseph Cook, that's almost my name. Okay, so that's at the very top and it's underneath this. I don't care, it's fine if it's underneath that, but we want it down at the bottom. So we're gonna go here. And where the fuck is this anchor? I don't know what that button does. So we want the anchor to be at the top? I don't think that's right. Let's see what happens here. Joker, how's it going? Did I not restart this? I don't think this is right. Because it's just going to push him down past what you can see. Research. So this first one I think will look right, but then everyone after that will look bad. Unless it like pushes it up. I don't think that's how that works though. Or he's got to wait here for 10 days or something. I think it's 10 days. Just doing up. What are you uploading? Yeah, so it didn't work. We need this. I wonder if it's because of this thing. Tomorrow's being the weekend. Oh, you're preparing. Wow, that's something I never can do. Oh, we need to assign Kathy Perez here. Yeah, see, that's at the top. So if we put this anchor back at the bottom for this thing, but we have the control nice and big like that. The controls anchor's over here. I don't know if that matters. No, for it's like high school, college. At least for me, high school was always fucking piece of shit. Last minute stuff. Does this thing have a scroll at the top and the bottom? Follow focus. I think I did this, and this was the problem. Is I messed around with it. And I was like, good God, I don't want to fuck with this right now. Um, in reality, the way I'd want this to work is to expand. Um, I'd want this to expand on its own. But if we keep the scroll, so actually it doesn't matter if we keep the scroll bar on the right all the time, it doesn't matter. Let's remove this script and put it on here. We'll get rid of this control because I think it's just adding extra shit. Event log. And then this is gonna break something though. I think it's in the event log. Yeah, we're gonna, this is gonna be VBox container should go here. In this, we can't put this in here because it's broken. Now, sometimes you gotta break the bones to make them better. Immediately when I said that, I started thinking of that movie Gattaca, where they break that guy's bones to make him taller. I forget what his name was, what the actors' names are. So this is this is what we need over here. This is not Ethan Hawke. Yeah, we had to go through like a training at my work for, I don't remember what the main topic was, but it came up about DNA, that you can't discriminate because of people's DNA, and everyone was like, why is that even a law already? And it, like the work chat is like, how did they even come up with this idea? And we're like, who thought of that we would discriminate by DNA? And then like when everyone finally calmed down, The presenter was like, "Have you ever seen that movie Gattaca?" That's why. Uh, all right, let's assign somebody to research. And still at the top, but we didn't get any bugs, so we can move, we can fuck with this. Let's figure, now we have one less variable basically, because I took it out of here. We want this to be, do you have an anchor preset VBox container? Let's use our brains here. I want you to be at the bottom like that. I'm going to take a break here in a second. It does, it needs an anchor. I wonder if people who are like more familiar with like web design, when they see this, how Godot does it, if it's much easier for them. Like they're just like, oh yeah, this is how you do it with whatever JavaScript. That looks terrible, by the way. What the fuck is that? All right, I'm not gonna look at it. I mean, I know everything looks like dog shit, but okay. I actually kind of like this little scroll bar thing here. It kind of like, I don't mind that. All right, now we need to have more things happen. I'm going to take a break. Okay, well, there's another one right there. There's one right there. All right, we did it. Don't touch anything. Don't change any code forever. All right, I'm going to go take a break. Let me put up my break timer. Oh, yeah, I was trying to say less. All of a sudden, I'm saying even. Yeah, it probably will be broken by the time. By the time I will get back somehow. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Well, wow, that break took a long time. Felt like I was only out there for 2 seconds. I'm back, and we are going to continue on here. I think this is working. I guess we gotta to really test it. I don't know. We'll find out. To really test it, we need it to go up all the way to the top. And then we can scroll, which of course this is on purpose. Learn nothing. That person learned nothing. Shit. I didn't check where the scroll bar... I think the scroll bar was at the top. I think we want the scroll bar... Oh, I could have checked right there. I think we want the scroll bar to be at the bottom. We definitely want the scroll bar to be at the bottom. I need to check something in my event log script here, though. Do we delete them? We do. So we start deleting them after a certain amount. Let's reassign somebody to research just to get some stuff going. And we'll see here when it happens. We want the scroll bar to be at the bottom. And I guess that's its color. No, it's at the top. And then we got to fix this thing when we do that. But that's already on the list. So scroll bar at bottom. How the fuck do we do that? Always show Godot scroll bar at bottom. This is from 2020. Max scroll equals scroll bar dot max value. How about Godot scroll container docs? Controls whether scroll bar can be used and when it will be visible. Dead zone for scrolling. The current scroll value. Scroll horizontal custom overrides the custom when clicking the internal and okay. Setting it early needs to be deferred just like scroll horizontal. Um So what were those dudes saying? They were saying, oh, we don't have that any what they were saying anymore. Um, let's go back to this and let's go to the last year and see. How do I get it to scroll automatically? Now, the game I'm working on is heavily menu based. I'm trying to find a way to get the scroll container to scroll the bottom of the contents via script whenever a new menu pops up. Looking at the other answers, you're talking about functions that don't appear to exist anymore. Another, anything association with doesn't work. Modify it via scroll container, scroll vertical instead of changing the scroll bar. I'm afraid that doesn't work either. Uh, okay, so the one I should have left this running. I wonder if it remembers where you had it scrolled, because it's gonna jump down. Well, let's put this in the event log. Do we have? We do have the VBox container. We don't have this scroll. container in here because I just invented it. I did not think I was going to be working on scroll containers today. What did I call this thing? Event log. Then add log. We probably can do this at like the end or something. Tien some, how's it going? Scroll, events, event. I feel like my voice just got quieter for some reason. Event, scroll, container. What was this guy saying? Scroll, vertical. Setting as early needs to be deferred. Current vertical scroll value. What? Just set it to 9999 or really get the max scroll value and set deferred. Is this the old one or this is the new one I'm looking at here? Have you tried tweening the value? Okay, so it did work when he, what the fuck is this supposed to do? Is this a what is this thing? This is an int? I'm just gonna put that in there to see what happens. It's kind of a bummer that the way we have to test this though. Yeah, it only throws that bug when I mess with oh, okay, I take that back. It always throws that bug. Let's set someone to research here. Jessica Cook, it's my sister. Uh-oh. Didn't like this. Setting it early needs to be deferred, just like in... Why? What does that even mean? Set deferred. Uh, event. Oh, I didn't put it, I didn't drag and drop the thing in here. That's probably what the problem was. We'll go to the thing. We need to put this in here. That's probably the issue. But we'll see. And otherwise, then we can come back. We can do the set deferred thing. Set deferred. Oh, we got a problem already. Unable to cast type. Scroll container. This is a scroll container. What is your problem? To scroll container. Oh. I wonder why that didn't. I guess I just fixed that. No, it worked for a second. That's strange that was. It let us do that for a minute. What is going on today? Weird shit is going on today. Alright, we didn't get that one bug. This thing is appearing. These don't expand anymore, so we're gonna have to have like a limit on the size of the events. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a limit on the size. So what we're looking for is this thing to stay at the bottom. I just put that 9999 thing like that one dude said. I don't know if that is going to do anything. Just gotta wait here. Day 10 should be when we're get a bunch of shit happens. Okay, so that did not work. Didn't do anything. Um, Wonder what its value is. Let's look at its value here. Max value is 15.99. Its minimum value. What if we let this thing run for a second more and we get another something? Here, I'll assign somebody to some research. No, I can't. Everything's done. I guess we have to wait it. Well, you know, I think it just, hey, look, now it's in the middle. What? Max scroll value. That didn't change anything when I scrolled that. Did its value change? Its value changed. Scroll vertical. What was this under? Range? Oh, okay, I see. Scroll vertical value. No, it doesn't have value. Doesn't have shit. Doesn't have max. The current vertical scroll value. So let's see. Every time it adds one of these to the log, it should, you know, hit this, and it's not doing anything. So what is this remote? Well, that's a lot more than 13 as well. That's one, what, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's some of them, these are getting deleted, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got like 20 of them, 30 of them. Well, we could just do some math here. We have 30 of them. Because we have 59 there. Well, 33 of them. I vaguely remember this happening, too. It's only supposed to keep 13 of them. Why did I decide to fuck with this? Oh, I know the problem. um, the problem is that some of these get added. Oh, I guess they don't get it added all at once. It should go through. Yeah, it's added in, huh? If get child count. Get child count. What? Um, that was weird. Get child count? Is that something I wrote? The fuck is that? Uh, all right. that's unrelated to what we're doing. I mean, it kind of is. So back to this thing. So here's scroll vertical. I'm just going to move it around on this other screen. Okay, so when I scroll up, it does do that. And then I scroll down. The internal scroll vertical increment when using. So down is what we want. Down or a higher number. But what is this call deferred thing? Setting it early needs to be deferred, just like, what does that even mean? Set deferred. Let's see here. Set deferred. I'll take a screenshot of this thing and bring it over here. What do you want me to do? Scroll vertical in quotes? Get the fuck out of here. Comma. Like, this isn't going to do anything. Converts a string. Assigns a value to the given property at the end of the current frame. This is equivalent to calling await in C#. Property must be in snake case when referred to a built-in Godot property. Prefer using the name exposed in the property name class to avoid allocating a new string to each call. What kind of dog shit is this? So this is not snake case. I can't do name of. What do you got for me here? Control period or something? Control space. Well, that's what I want. Event scroll. Can I do that? I wonder if it will let me do that. Man, I have music playing that you guys can't hear. The Rollins band. You guys remember that band from 100 years ago? And there's a song called "Disconnect" playing that I have not heard in so long. It's crazy. Let's put this. I mean, we haven't got a bug yet, so I guess the deferred thing worked. But you know what we could check here is our remote. We're already here. Uh, where was I looking at that thing? It wasn't the position, I don't think. Was I on this thing? The value 0 because it's not big enough to be done here. We don't have enough things yet. Gotta wait till day 10 here. I could turn on that thing where every time I click to it, it did something. It added a uh, event log. Turn it off because obviously we don't need that thing. All right, so that didn't work again. Why isn't this a checkbox in Godot like you just pick like you want it to scroll? So we got 41 to 25. It's like 16. Wonder why that doesn't work either. That's annoying me too. We're gonna let this run for a minute here. So there's a big bunch of them appeared. We're at 53. So that's like almost 25. Wonder why that doesn't work either. Besides our other issue. I'm gonna move this over here again. I wonder how I adjust this value. I mean, it is a child. It's a child of this container, of this event log, but it doesn't exist at the beginning. Do I have the right one? Yeah, I have scroll vertical. Setting it early needs to be deferred. I don't think that's what we want here. I guess I'll comment this, or yeah, just comment this out temporarily. The current vertical scroll value. It's an int. Setting it early. But this is like value doesn't exist in here. Max value. There was that range thing. Why is this a pain in my ass? This should be fucking the easiest thing in the world. Trying multiple ways. I just added a print to the signal function and it appears to be calling correctly. It's almost as if something is overwriting the scroll value after the function is called. Considering I have no other functions attached to the scroll value, any idea on possible culprits? I've tried multiple ways of using including, set deferred, and across multiple scripts. I just added a print to the signal function and it appears to be calling correctly. It's almost as if something is overriding the, just set it to 9999 or really get the max scroll value and set the set deferred the scroll. Maybe I have to set deferred down here each time. That doesn't make any sense. And I don't even know if I'm doing set deferred right. What is a set deferred thing? It's very... Bumblebee, how's it going? I'm doing good. I, for some reason, decided I wanted to fix a scroll container. Add a scroll container, and now I'm regretting looking at it. I should have just ignored it. You know what? In the future, I'll appreciate that I fixed it. Or added it. Okay, so that works still, and nothing is busted there. I don't know what this call deferred thing is. I always wait here. We're at 8 speed, so. that's that's what my fear too is that when I go to try to, yeah, that didn't work. I don't get bugs or anything. It just doesn't do anything. Like, how do I get this value? That's a legitimate question here. It's this value that we're editing. I'm gonna put this at 9999 and see what happens. Oh, it won't let me. I guess I can't manually type shit in there. Oh, it comes back to that. Huh. Yeah, I have a high level of dread that eventually. Oh, maybe it can't. Maybe it can't go to 999. So it just says fuck you. Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, I think that's the reason. It just says fuck you. It can't go to that. Okay, so maybe that's the case. Then what's this max? Well, it can't go to this max value. Well, maybe it can. No, it can't. So how do we know what this is? This 211. What is this? So if that's 0. That's just what it's. That's what it's. When I scroll to the bottom of this list, 211 is this. I guess it's probably the size of this gap or something. When I scroll to the top, its value is 0. I wanted to. All I'm trying to do is make this. Ignore that this thing. We're gonna fix this next, where this scrolls up and down when I. All I want to do is have it so that this thing defaults to the bottom. Whenever a new thing's added, it sticks this at the bottom. The scroll bar itself is at the bottom. Um, and 211 is the bottom right now. Probably if we got more things in here. I mean, no, I know it will change to something. But if I put in some ridiculous number, 5,000. See, it actually it kicks it to as big as it can be. No, no, no. The zoom's a different thing. I just need to tell it that when your mouse is over this thing, not to you can't zoom. But I haven't done that yet. Um, let's actually pause this just in case I need to come back. So it doesn't matter what I put in here. It always makes it the default. So if I'm but this is not assigning that. What does this do? And what is this set deferred bullshit? Assigns value to the given property at the end of the current frame. Node property name rotation. In C# properties must be in snake case. This is except is that what it's called? What's your problem? Oh, we don't want name of it here. Uh, let's just see what that does. Let me look at the docs one more time here too. The current vertical scroll value. Set deferred, scroll vertical. Why do they do that? why, why does Godot do that? Well, we'll get a bug here, I think. I think we will if I assign someone to research here. If it doesn't work. Okay, it didn't give us a bug there. We can check our remote and its value is 0. Oh, it's going to be 0 until we make it bigger. Until we make it. I can make this temporarily smaller to test this easier. I don't want to mess with it though. I don't know what the hell I'm listening to now. I know you guys can't hear it, but it's bad. Okay, so enough time has passed. Whoops, I wanted to pause it. But this is still not at the bottom, so we didn't get any bugs, but it also didn't work. Its value is still 0. I wonder if there's some sort of signal we could put on this thing. Not on that thing. Child entered? You know, I have some sort of smoking related cough that's been happening a bunch. Actually, it's not that bad today. For like a week, I was having this like gargling fucking gross cough. Um, let's try to find, maybe there's somebody else who has a better answer to this. Use range share to share. What the fuck? Range? Range doesn't let me type anything in here. There is no range. I don't think. Maybe I was in the. No. Maybe it's not scroll vertical. Maybe it's something else. What are my other options here? Scroll started. Emits when scrolling starts. When dragging. Custom setup. Custom step. Scroll ended. Scroll dead zone. Script changed. Scale. Rotate. Resized. Replaced. I wonder if we can interact with this other thing by like getting its child. This thing, it doesn't exist at the beginning. This is still wrong. 46 minus 25 is, well, we don't have enough, I don't think. 46 minus 25 is 11. 46 minus 25 is 21. Um, get H scroll bar share. How old is this? 5 months ago. He's got his scroll container in here. Get H scroll bar. Get V. I mean, I need the vertical one, but. So there's H scroll bar there. Oh, it's right here. The fuck is this thing? Returns the vertical scroll bar, V scroll bar of this scroll container. Okay, maybe this is what we gotta do. Maybe that the dot whatever doesn't work. This is a required internal node. This is a required internal. Removing and freeing it can cause crashes. If you wish to disable or hide, cannot assign because it's a, yeah, that's fine. V scroll bar equals, whoops, we got a problem there. V scroll bar cannot convert method group to non-delegate type. Did you intend to invoke the method? Sure. What do you want here? Okay, so then we go v scroll bar dot value equals 999. Man, I haven't eaten an avocado in ages. I'm a huge fan of guacamole. This has come up multiple times um, in chat. A huge fan of guacamole, but in Portland, in Oregon, the farther you get from the border, basically, the worse Mexican food gets. Let's see what this does. I'm going to put some notes in here if we get this to work. I mean, we will get it to work. Oh, I have some alarm that goes off at noon. Oh, what does this thing say? This is that one thing that has nothing to do with anything, so we're just going to ignore it. Let's assign somebody to research. I think that's what that is. We got our thing down here. So then we're going to have to figure out why this is not. That was 21. It should max out at 11 after this. There's something weird going on. I remember checking on this before, and I thought we fixed it, but maybe I didn't let it run long enough. That didn't work either. That will emit a signal. We could have this signal thing. I was actually pretty confident there. All right, so this happens every time there's no like returns or anything. Oh, we have this set deferred thing. This needs to go. I don't think that would have affected anything, but maybe it is. GD print scroll bar value. V scroll bar value. Yeah, it should just be a checkbox. You say like stick to top or stick to bottom. Scroll bar value 0. That's what it should be at this point. I guess we could look. It's still 0. I was like, why is it bringing that up? Scroll bar 0. It should be 0 still. We can move this up a little bit, and we'll see them coming in. Because we're trying to set it, and it won't make it bigger than 0 because it doesn't matter. You know, at this point it doesn't matter. Now it should have changed, but it never changed. I mean, we're checking this thing. Whereas, what the fuck, man? Maybe like the set is a private set? I mean, I guess it is. Changing this property will trigger range. What else have we got in here? Don't want any of that crap. Set position, set deferred, scrolling, set script changed. Property list changed. Name. Wonder why it would just ignore that what we just did to it. There's also like it should have been 0 until it got bigger, and then it should have changed. So is there max value? There's max value too. Maybe the max value is set to like 0 or something. And then maybe we need to have like that. I mean, we'll change how this works if this works. I don't think it's going to work, but okay, well, this guy said this worked like a charm. I wonder if, let's look at his thing here. Scroll mode. Oh, but he has a different issue. It's kind of interesting that stuff just sits on Imager for the rest of eternity. There must be a point where it gets deleted, like it times out. Let's assign somebody to research. We need to see this just to see the bugs if there's any. I think something happened here. Okay, so I think what happened here, I think this is gonna work. See, I think what happened here was it's set to 999, so that you can't see the little scroll thing, but you can't scroll at all. But that's what we want. Oh, now it's back to being a piece of shit. Oh no. I'm gonna put this over on my other screen. I wish my other screen's 1080, and I wish it was the same as this one. We're just waiting for shit to happen. Something's going on. Time's passing. I can actually see the day. Okay. The value is changing, but it's not affecting this thing. Its value is still 0. Its max value is something here. So I wonder if this is not actually getting this thing. There's another way we could do this. We could get child to make sure we're getting this one. From here, we could get child 2. Returns the vertical scroll bar of this scroll container. You know what we could do to make sure we're getting the right thing? Equals fucking scroll bar. Period. That's how much we care about this. I mean, we're very passionate about it. I might have already set that. No. I think we got to interact with it. Whoops, not here. Here it should have been interacted. So this is definitely the scroll bar. I gotta get this song off my fucking list here. I know you guys can't hear it. Remove from queue. It was like a Marilyn Manson wannabe band. Okay, so we know that we're getting the correct scroll bar. And then we're setting these values, but they don't seem to matter. They're all set to 0 right now, which I think is weird. I wonder if renaming that thing might have busted it. GZ Doom game today, Sulaco. Oh. Like the movie or whatever. Isn't there a movie? No, wait. I know what the game you're talking about. I think that game is like hitting all sorts of awards and stuff. Uh, it did look pretty interesting. If true, value may be greater than. What does that do? I'm click that in my remote. I'm still paused over here in remote. Yeah, I saw a couple of Splattercat videos about that game. Oh, I'm running at speed 1. Okay, now it stopped working. It stopped working. um, which means that we're affecting something. I don't think that's what we want, though. Let's see if it comes back. See how this is giant now? I mean, that's what we want, but then it's okay. That's what we want, too. Yeah, that game does look pretty good. I'm not that into GZ, I can't even say it, GZ Doom games. I feel like I should be, but every time I go to play them, it doesn't. Okay, that's obviously not working. So this is at 0. Why does it get set back to 0? If we put 500, it kicks it back to that. Which it moved it to the bottom. So basically we need to make this thing. So what I was going to do when I was going to do this for real was I was just going to copy this and put it like this. You know? I don't think we need this here anymore. That was just for that test. We could check what the max value is once we put it in here. I also think though that it resets it to like the max it can be. And I'm tempted to set this so that it's smaller just so we can test it easier because we're gonna have to test this for an eternity here. Something weird happened? No. I thought for a second something weird happened. Day 10. So we set it. All right. So whatever I'm doing is not working at all. So we set it and then it like resets back immediately. It sets it back at some point, what else can we fuck with here? If true, value may be greater than max value. If true, value may be less than max min value. Min value is always 0. Range is clamped if value is less than, which is what we want. We want it to just be that. If we don't fuck with these, what does the max value and the min value happen here? Maybe we can just set it to the max value, but yeah, I bought the Sums Doom thing, uh, and then I never ended up playing it. Um, Myriad Colors, thank you for the follow. How was your day? Now we sit and wait again. 10 days. Thanks, man. I'm trying to. I'm trying. I'm attempting to make a 2D 4X game, kind of like inspired by Paradox games. While I learn Godot here, yeah, that didn't work. But see, it should. I don't think we need to mess with this. I think all we would have to do is that, but it doesn't work. Maybe if it's the I totally should have mentioned that when I said it. Post-apocalyptic. So, and take place in North America. So, after some sort of catastrophic disaster. So, this is not COVID related, but after a disease also wipes out most of the people. Um, and these are just my test ones. This is Oregon and one in here in Washington. Let's assign somebody here. I decided to mess with this one thing here, this scroll um, bar, and I wish I hadn't. Why doesn't it let me set this value? That's all it needs to do. After the end, that's a Hearts of Iron or CK3. It's oh yeah, you said it right there. It's CK2 and 3. I think I joined their Discord and then I've given up. I really don't want to mod games that are where I have to manually mod them. I don't know when I became such a baby about it, but um, so what does this thing say up here? Uh, so the idea behind it, man, I've been getting so many scam phone calls. I feel like somebody put my phone number in a scam thing. It went from like one a week to like two or three a day. The reason I'm saying that is because my phone just lit up with a scam phone call, or so it thinks. Um, what the hell was I talking about? So the idea is it's like right after like a disease hit that wiped out the population. So all of the counties are going to be quite small. Like there's only going to be some um, very few people in each county. If there's a TV show from the 70s called Survivors, it's an English TV show. That's where I originally started thinking about this. Um, and so they're not feudal. So that's going to be right now. It's just like a group. Like I'm going to put in different types of. I have all these features. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Feature creep is definitely a thing in mind. I have all these ideas that I want to do different economic systems. And I also want people to be able to get weird with it. And then I also want to add like druids and vampires and stuff that will be optional. Like if you wanted to play a game that doesn't have that shit, you could just uncheck it when you create your game. But uh, that's the idea is these different economic types, or I guess government types. And right now, though, the only thing is it's like everyone is just working together, kind of like a communist utopia. But that would change as things, this is just a bunch of survivors working together, and the leader has influence, and people. It's very, very basic right now. Very, very basic. Um, and I decided, like I said, I decided to try to fix this scroll bar box. This didn't used to have a scroll bar, so you could just ignore that. That's getting larger and smaller. Maybe I'll fix that next. And then I just want this to start at the bottom. That's all I'm trying to do here, and it won't do it. Value. I'm gonna take a break here in a second too. Value. It's got to say something in here. So maybe that's what it is. It's like, oh look, there's a comments on here. I've never seen a comment on here before. Huh. It is. It's based on counties, yeah. So these are the counties, the 7 test counties, and these are. It's. We're gonna start it out that everyone just owns one, and so like this, each county has a different amount of population, um, but everyone will just own one. Not everyone. Like it'll be AI. I want to have a 10-person multiplayer. Like I said, I have all these features I don't even know how to make. I'm learning Godot and C# as I go, but right now for testing, it's easier or it's better to have them have multiple. Like this AI has 3 counties, and this person just one. I mean, they're not people, but and then the player has 2 to start because I need to test stuff or whatever. And there's like heroes, and I call them heroes, but they're like leaders of the faction and stuff. So well, by one of the things I really want to do is add, and I was actually thinking about this yesterday, is I want to add nomadic groups. And so one of the main things about the game is this low population. Having 10 people in your starting province is going to mean that, and if you build a thing, it says it. I guess it doesn't say this here. What we need to have is how many people can work here, but not the warehouse. The Fisher Shed can have 5 people that work there. So that's like half of your population could work at the Fisher shop. So one of the big things is going to be about getting more population, because you can't continue with 8 people. Um, yeah, so that's the other thing I really wanted to do was have each person. It's not going to be like RimWorld where you can zoom in and look at them, but they are going to have all of their own like little things. The main thing was, if you've ever played that game Close Combat from years and years and years ago, I noticed that when I play, it's a strategy game, like a real-time strategy game. I noticed if I renamed my units to have actual names on them, I no longer, instead of like Rifle Unit 1, if I renamed it to like Bill's Best Rifle Unit or something, I noticed I didn't want them to die anymore. Like before, I didn't give a shit, and then if I renamed them, I was like, huh, I don't really want Bill's Rifle Unit to get annihilated. So I was part of that was like, I want a strategy game where you keep track of everyone. Then you might start caring about Mildred Campbell. Um, so to make that happen, there I was like, well, I can't have a high population. Then I started thinking about that '70s TV show called Survivors, where uh, I think it's 1 in 10,000 people survive this disease. So I kind of like put those ideas together. Um, so, anyways, the population is going to be like getting population is going to be like a main thing. But one of the things which we haven't gotten to yet to program is that your leader, instead of currently all they can do is research and move around the map, but they can explore the county and then and find people, other survivors in that county to join. And then the other thing I want to do is like at game start, it will generate a bunch of people moving around, and you can try to get them to join, but they also could be raiders. And then I also want it to be where you can just say, fuck it, we're not going to build anything. We're just going to start moving around as like raiders. Your faction, your player faction, can move as raiders and try to join people, like kind of Mad Max style. If you've seen the new Furiosa movie, where Chris Helmsworth, is that guy's name? Uh, where he's like moving around collecting people, and killing the ones that don't fit his agenda. But I thought that would be like, I really want to do that. And I was thinking about it like last night or the night before, and I was like, I really think I need to program that sooner than later. But that's still like 5 years away, you know. But that's the idea behind that. I'll yammer on forever if I give myself the chance. I'm gonna fix this scrolly thing real quick. I think that shouldn't be that bad. Actually, I'm gonna take a break real quick. Then I will fix that. The zooming in and out when you scroll on this. Uh, there's gonna be a weird part where probably you can scroll, zoom in and out when they're. It'll be hard to do, but um, yeah. Let me throw up my break timer, and I will be back. Um, so when I think I said I want to get weird with it. I want the player to have the ability to get weird with it. So I want them to be able to do all sorts of like crazy political things, like what you're saying in there, like where you'd want to, like, not necessarily, where you could be an evil empire of like Mad Max people or whatever, or you can be trying to like have a utopia. Um, but I want it so like I didn't know the building thing was so similar to Victoria 3 when I first started this. Then I played Victoria 3 and I was like, oh shit, this is very similar. That my idea, I had never played Victoria 2. So I kind of like in Victoria 3, I feel like you should be able to get weird with your faction. And when I keep saying that is like you could be like, we're all gonna be, you know, only people who only Oregonians allowed, because it's in Oregon, and only Oregonians that are over 6 feet tall are allowed to live here. Something weird like that. Like I want weird. You're in Victoria 3. It's totally seems like you could get like all weird into steampunk. Um, yeah, I would hope. I'm so baffled by Victoria 3 because they have so many. They're a big company. Paradox is a big company. I don't know how they're struggling. I posted this on my Discord that I finally finished a Paradox game, which was Victoria 3, and the last 5 years was so slow. My computer just couldn't handle it, and then there was so many bugs. It just started to bug out, all sorts of errors, all sorts of things that I didn't even believe the statistics it was telling me. It said I was number one in prestige. I don't believe it for a second. And that I do. That's when I was playing, and I was like, "Yep, not gonna do this, not gonna do that." Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes here. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, Vicky 3 was definitely a huge disappointment. I never played 2, so it was less of a disappointment to me than to other people, I think. But it still, like, barely works. I was thinking outside, maybe I'm just gonna say screw this, fixing this right now. Like, I've spent the whole day on it. We'll just leave this here. This doesn't work, because we'll put here. Um, None of this seems to fix. Maybe it will change the scroll bar being at the bottom, like it should. Yeah, CK3 is okay. It's really too easy. That's the big problem I have with CK3 is it's way too easy. Um, and I don't know why it's so easy. I feel like CK2 you were always worried about your empire imploding, and that doesn't seem to be a problem ever in CK3. Like I'm never worried about that. I'm just like, yep, whoever becomes my next kid, I don't care. I've set it up. I've timed it out where things are gonna work right. I don't need this up anymore. I don't need this screenshot anymore. I wonder what I keep bringing this up. Like, what is going on over at Paradox? All right, let's fix this one thing though. Excuse me. We need to have in here. I have it in globals. We need a mouse entered thing. I guess I can just put it. Well, let's look at our controls, our player controls. We need to turn off the scrolling thing. Player controls. Where did I stash you? So what we're going to want to do is oh, here's the thing that it turns our player controls off, but we don't want to turn off all of the controls. Do we? No, we want spacebar to still work. Yeah, we definitely want spacebar to still work. We might need to set this up. Stop click through is what we have in there. EU5 is in the works. The issue isn't click through though. Maybe there is a click through issue. Oh, there is a click through issue. So we're gonna want that to turn off too. This is left click. It will disable right click. Where is my this zoom isn't even in here. I think it's probably under the camera. It's kind of weird that I put it on the camera. Oh, it's because this is like a test camera still. So what we'll want to do we want to be able to move around the map while you're over this? Definitely want to be able to do that. Just zoom needs to be turned off. All this controls is zoom though. What is controlling? Do I have that in? Oh, it's up here. Oh, this is if camera controls are true. So we're gonna need to add another one of these things. So we're gonna have to have a public bool here called zoom enabled equals true. And then we'll put a method in here instead of whatever this other thing is. Public Not here though. We'll put it down here. Public void adjust zoom enabled. And then we'll just put in, we'll pass in, no we will not. We'll just go, we'll do this thing that I don't know why I haven't been using, so we'll just do that. So that we'll do that, well, we'll get to it. Then this needs to be, we're gonna have 3 of these now, which kind of sucks. This one should be zoom enabled equals true. And this one we don't need to check this one against zoom enabled. So then we go back to our event log, to wherever the fuck that is. And then on here, we're gonna need a thing that is on mouse entered. We need to put a void in here. Good God. I know you guys can't hear my music, but it's turned to dog shit. Then we'll go on mouse entered. We're gonna have to actually do 2 different things. Player controls instance. What was the... I had something in here for... Public void adjust click through. I guess I didn't have this. Control, what was that? Click through, stop click through equals... Man, I have this all over this place. There's different shit everywhere. And then we also are gonna need camera controls. What did I call that camera thing? I think it has like a test camera name or something. Camera controls. Camera thing, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me that I named it something like that. Just, what did I call that though now? Now I can't remember anything here. And I'm gonna rename this zoom out. No, I called it adjust. I assumed I didn't name it right. Adjust zoom enabled. And then we'll go like this, and we'll go public void, yeah. And then we'll copy these, and we'll go like that. And we need another one of these. MC for main adjust camera thing MC, adjust thing MC, MC thing, adjust MC thing. Whoops. Then we'll go back to here. We'll stick this on here and it won't work, but that's okay. Maybe it will work. Camera or mouse entered, connect, go to source, pick. That's not gonna work until we build it. Why can't I fix it, Joker? Why can't I fix this scroll bar value? Why doesn't it like my scroll bar value? I can't adjust it. You're the guru. Connect. Go to. Pick. Connect. Connect. Blank. What? How is it their fault? Then let's make sure that this works. Don't worry about the details. The details are the most important part. We need to put a thing here. That didn't work. Just click through. Zoom enabled. If so, that should kick it over. Zoom enabled equals zoom enabled, and then back to our player controls. You know what we're doing, what the problem is? It's we need to stop click-throughs or some shit. We need to have it stop. Maybe. Yeah, I can't get this this scroll bar to stick at the bottom. Um, and I'm gonna give up on it for now, but I guess it's not stop. I think what the problem is that this is gonna be, what was it? It was like pass or something. No, it was on pass to begin with. Let's make sure my signals are here. Yeah, we weren't even getting the thing. It should have passed. It should have said, you know, that we were adjusting the zoom, and it is not. Um, let's go back to our mouse thing and put this back to pass. It's it is something definitely is not happening. Let's delete these ones and let's add them to here. I've done this enough times that I know that it's got to be like very specific things. That would have actually been bad anyways, because it would have been, you know, we can delete that thing too. It would have been, the scroll container goes all the way up to the top, so if you had gone over here, it wouldn't have worked anyways. So we should be getting things printing out, but they're not. Let's make sure that we haven't made a mistake about something else. So this should have been printing there. Maybe that's not working either. Uh, I didn't make this block though. We need to go to mouse. We'll say stop. Depreciated image. Oh, you can put images? I think you told me about that, someone recently. Or you showed me like a crazy, like really pretty. Nothing. Let's delete this thing. Maybe that thing's blocking it. If I delete that right now, nothing. Even if we have that turned off, it should still show that this number is going up because we're Uh, Stop, pass, ignore. Wave. Oh. Let me look at. I guess the remote it won't show me. I was gonna say we can see if that thing expands, but it's got to expand. I had some crazy idea the other day about all of these issues. I saw somebody do something differently, and I was like, wait, that might actually work for my problem here. I gotta rerun that though. I think this needs to be on stop. Maybe this one also needs to be on stop. Whoops. I don't think that's true. Force pass scroll events. What the fuck is this? This will allow nested scrollable containers work out of the box. Um, oh, does it say existed? Oh no. It seems like something I would do. I feel like this shouldn't be. No, this shouldn't be on stop. This should be pass. Actually, maybe it needs to be ignore. So it ignores this. Well, then this wasn't going to work then, I don't think. We'll see. Is there anything else on top of this? There might be a control on top of this. Uh, that might be. Uh, there's something else I was thinking here. Did I change the time pause to actually? I think I did. I changed it so that the pause actually pauses the game. Or is that a different game I was working on? Pause time. Doesn't look like it. It would be get tree something or other. Time engine value. We can look at it though. We can look at another one and see. So that would be the game's pauser now. We can click on this. So this wouldn't work. I think there's a control over the top of this that's blocking these. But then for some reason the scroll thing still works. Let's take a look here. I don't even know where the control is for that thing. I'm seeing nothing on all these. I guess because they're hidden. Yeah, it's not that one. That one doesn't matter because it's not visible. That one doesn't matter. That one doesn't matter. Battle log. But these are all hidden. That one is map control editor. We could turn that off and test it here. That's just that button, which I was working on something that I had to change my mind about how I felt about it. So where you can turn that off and it doesn't matter. Research, apply, close you. Wiggle is wave the thing it's called. Uh, I have a red one in here. Oh, it's not going to show yet because I haven't starved to death. So this one definitely needs to be ignore. This thing should expand as they're added in. I wonder if I'm going to have to put in something like in here and connect a signal to these. I bet you I am. So let's copy over this other thing from my event log. I bet you that is the problem. We're going to copy all of this over. We'll cut this actually. And then we'll go to wherever that thing was. This thing. And we'll put this in here. And then what's your problem? Oh, we can do this thing too. Oh. This needs to be down here. Shake, wiggle, wiggle. All right, we'll try it out here. We'll put it right here. What about wave, shake? They're gonna be normal text color. Oh, this one's needs rich. Let's see what happens. We gotta do a thing to it though. Luckily, we already have a script on there. I think it's probably this is the problem. It's going through that control. It doesn't give a fuck. We gotta build it. Add tornado. Can't believe I got sidetracked by this garbage. Not 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 the console thing. The fixing this thing. I mean, everything's gonna get re-beautified at some point. All right, then we go back to here, and we gotta put mouse as stop. Oh, it's already on stop. Did I used to have this attempted to work? Maybe I did. All right, we're gonna see a wiggle and a shake. I kind of like that. Is that the wiggle or the shake? You know what that reminds me as a roguelike? That totally. You know what that reminds me of? Caves of Cud. I don't know why. Okay, so now we can't zoom in and out, which is what we wanted. That has been fixed there, but can we click through it? We can't click through it either. So that's what we wanted. Can we click on other things now? That's what we wanted. We just got to put them on those things. The problem is, and speaking of Victoria 3, this actually happens in Victoria 3. We're going to be able to zoom in and out if we can get your mouse right here. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, that's like 1 pixel. It happens to me in Victoria 3 all the time. I'm like doing something and I go over to do something over here and suddenly I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Let's see what tornado does here. Tornado. Who wrote all this stuff in here? Who added all of these things? Is it because it's that one code? Whoops, the BB code or whatever. Oh, they have parameters. Oh, tornado. Tornado's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna leave that in there and wonder what the fuck it is later. Like, what is going on here? I'll know. I'll be like, oh, it's a Joker thing. uh, it's kind of like waves on the beach, man. Okay. Alright, that all works. You can be marked as static. Can you? You know, I thought for some... method... Whoops. Method has to have a return value. Yes, it does. I don't know why I thought that you couldn't do signals to static things, uh, but you can. I don't know why I thought that. I wonder if that's like a Unity thing where I thought that. Okay. All right, that works. All right. So that is one. Let's go back to our, since we got so sidetracked here. Um, this works, but we're gonna put this. We're gonna actually gonna move this uh to over here. We'll get there eventually. Maybe. Did I already go past it? Maybe. Tooltips, event log. Uh, we'll just edit this. The event log needs the scroll bar on it to be at the bottom. There we go. That's one thing off the list. Uh, so this is something, I only got like 20 minutes. Yeah, right? So this is kind of a not a thing. I think I have like a, I'll put it here temporarily, but this is kind of like, it kind of half works. It exists. I did that. We're down to like 3 things. So with this, what does the influence cost? 500. Um, yeah, we need to have it. So I put in, I thought there was another thing I could do, well, not really quick. Let's do this one. So basically what this is saying is that when you capture a county, you need to have the same research assigned to the list that you have already. Instead, right now, how it's going to work if you capture a county is you get the county's research of the other faction that's there, which could be a good thing, but it's not what we want. It also could be a very bad thing. So let's look at this. So this is under, I think it's called War Dictator or County Dictator or something. Dictator something. Whoops, not Shift F. Dictator. Capture County. So what we need to do here, this is when we capture a county. Do we destroy a faction if it's out of factions? What does all this shit do? Print got to capture county. Got to? Why did it say got to? Capture county. County captured. And there's like, is there a space in here? No, what is this? This is terrible. All the yes, it is all of them. So we do all this removing. If the faction now has 0, it can be destroyed. Go through all the population in the county and assign them to the winner's faction. Then we need to assign the factions research. The factions county. How do we do this? How did we do this? I think it's called like all. How are we doing it? Researchable research. Wait, I have another researchable research somewhere else. Faction war dictionary. How are we? Why does this keep saying it's unsaved? Am I just slow on my saving today? The factions research. How we pulling this shit up? Maybe we don't have to do this. When I click on county improvement, where's it getting that information? Um, oh, I said again. That is under county info panel. Actually, I don't need to see it. What we need to do is look at this. What does this do? So it's probably, I wish you could get this whole path. Go to method. Go to method. All right, that doesn't work. Fetch all the path. There should be a hotkey for that. Count idle workers. County info panel. That's not what we want. We want, I mean, I guess it could be in here. Update everything. Generate the heroes. Update hero info. Check for ownership. Update county population label. County improvement shows this. But where's the code for this stuff? I guess that's not what I need to be looking at. I'm not even thinking this through right. This needs to be here. So on visibility change, it does all this crap. Where does it get this from? All county improvements. I just thought of something. The way I'm doing this is dumb. Why am I storing all the county improvements at the county level? A list of all of the county improvements at the county level. It should be at the faction level. So the completed ones, yes, it should be at the county level. Or the ones that are possible are. Yeah, why am I storing that there? Yeah, rip it. You know, I've thought about it. Of course, I laugh at when I think about it because it would be so much work to start over again. I noticed that I'm really quick on if I'm starting a new game, I'm very quick to get like the first basic shit done. Like I can do it in like 2 hours. I can get a hex grid going and get a basic UI, get something to move, and then after that it just grinds to a halt. So we have this. We have the list of county improvements saved of all county improvements. So what this is, all county improvements is saved at the county level. So all county improvements are saved at the county level. But if we kept it, I know, and well, even longer than that because I started, the Unity stuff too. All the county improvements are saved at the county data level. Let's say that there's something that, let's say in a certain county you can't build something. There's no forest. So let's say there's no forest, so you can't build a lumber shack. When you would pull open the county improvement panel, which is this thing, it would need to go through that list and say, like, don't add this one. But we could still pull it from this list at the faction level. Why? So why did I do it this way? Let's look at our county data. I think our county data has, those are resources. It's possible. It's possible that like I probably, you know what it probably was is that I had like these different lists that mean different things, and I was doing it a different way, and it's just come under, because I used to have like I don't remember how it worked, but their lists were different. I had 3 panels. I used to have 3 panels on here. There was like all of them under construction and completed. And they also were, this is why there was this, it was by, there also were these like buttons. And it wasn't like this. You would click, there's a little tab right here that you would click, and it would open up this screen. And maybe those were saved by county, but we don't need them by county. This includes all county improvements, even possible ones. Maybe I'll, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put a note in here and call it a day. Because this will solve this problem. Oh, okay, all right, all right, all right. This would have made sense. This would totally have made sense, this all county improvements. If we were making it so you only could build one county improvement in a, I mean, it really wouldn't have made sense though. We could have just said it was a done or not. Well, whatever happened, it's now changed. I might be shouting because my music keeps getting louder and louder instead of me turning it down. I'm just dealing with it. It's really loud right now. I don't know what's going on. You know how sometimes some things are recorded much lower? I think that's what happened. All right, we're going to put a note in here. Move the all county improvements list from from county data to faction data. This list will be a list of all county improvements that can be built. We'll convert this to here. So back to the Victoria 3 thing. I don't know why I just thought of this. The thing with Victoria 3 is like the first couple hours of gameplay is kind of fun. You're like, yeah, I'm building up my industry and wherever I am. Brazil, that's the one I did recently. But then the game just kind of falls apart and it gets very tedious. There's parts of it where I'm like literally saying if I click this button, it's going to save me a bunch of tedium later, but it's also going to cost me a bunch of money in game. We definitely don't want that to happen. And I think part of it is the AI isn't smart enough in Victoria 3, so we gotta like keep that in mind in the future that the population is gonna be doing their own thing, but I gotta clean up that. I gotta refactor that code. But anyways, I think we did whatever. We got a few things done. Let's look at this one thing real quick since I'm here and I got this open. County Improvement Control. Generate county improvement buttons. If its status is none, Fizmols, how's it going? We actually want to change this so that this always exists. What does this do? Oh, okay. So it puts it over on the other side. It puts it on the other side. It generates one. So what we actually need to do, we might be able to do this really quick. Uh, we need this always to be generated, and then we need this to go to here. Uh, this is, what do I call this on this other panel? Let's see here. Okay, I can't do it because it's busted. Let's call this left, and this will be left, because it's on the left side of that thing. Left, we'll say, because it's on the left side of that thing. Because it is on the left side of that thing, it is called left county improvement data. Oh, we have different things. Button. That's why this is upset here. This should be lowercase, but this data is coming from here. So it's going to generate this one, and then it will generate another one. Actually, this might actually solve the problem. I mean, it wasn't really a problem. I just changed how I wanted things to work. But if this works or it doesn't work, I'm going to call it a day here. Regardless, we got to push the code too. Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, that would be a problem there. Push it. I hate pushing broken code to. I also hate leaving bugs for the next day because then I'm like, I walk into a nightmare. These things are backwards. Maybe I'll look real quick. Not the county dictator, though we could save that for now. Um, what does this say? Possible? Current. That's it. You see, you have the right attitude. That's the right the way to think about it. Um, okay, so we have the county data. This should be possible improvements. Scroll container parent. Current improvements. It's putting in this county data. And if these are not equal to none, and we want it to do it again. Current improvement scroll bar parent. I didn't change any of that stuff. And this county, this would be copied to both of them, which is what we want. But the problem isn't, it seems to have flipped out when it got to this other part. Are we duplicating these? Maybe I will just call it a day. The problem is I'll think about it. I'll just be sitting here thinking about it like, wait, why didn't that work? This should work perfectly. Uh, we're instantiating that. We are not duplicating this thing. We never duplicated this. How is this working? Why is this not broken? Oh, I can't duplicate this data. Oh, I'm missing a cast. This is a county improvement data. We definitely need to duplicate it. They're supposed to be on both things. All right, for real, this is the last time. Then I'm calling it a day. We got two issues. We haven't started. There we go. We haven't broken it yet. We need it to be completed. I guess we could have checked before. You mean exactly at 3? No reason. I want to take a nap. There's no reason for that. I start getting burned out on programming, but yeah, there's no real reason. This thing should have appeared over here. I wonder if it's something weird. But in real life, I am very, very, very punctual. It's actually like a curse. Oh man, I said again. I will show up on time to like parties and stuff, and people will be like, "Why are you here?" I'll be like, "Cause you told me to show up at 6," and they're like, "Well, we tell everyone to show up 6, so they'll show up at 9." And I'm like, "I can't. You gotta lie to me then, and you can't tell me you're lying to me, or I'll show up. You gotta be like the party starts at 9, and then have everyone else in on it to lie to me. Otherwise, I'll show up at 6." You know, uh, like job interviews, I show up like fucking hour early and like hang out, like hide nearby. If there's a coffee shop, I'll sit at the coffee shop. I can't help myself. I bet you there's like these clear improvements or something. But what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna turn this off and we'll work this. Part of it is I don't have a car, so I ride the bus. And the bus is pretty fucking unreliable. And if you're going to a job interview, if I'm going to a party, and actually probably if I went to a job interview now, I would take a Lyft or whatever. But I used to take the bus to job interviews, and that is some stressful shit because yeah, like the thing might, the you look on like Google Maps or something, and the bus might drop you off next to it, but then when you look in reality, there might be like a 50-foot trench or something that you can't walk, so you got to walk like half a mile and back up, or 5 miles. Some impassable road. That's a real common one where you get dropped off and you're like, oh, I can't actually cross this road until I go a half mile up, then cross and come back, you know, or run across and get squished or something. Which that's usually I know I'm gonna die from a car, get hit by a car, because that's just how it's gonna happen. All right, so what did we do today? We fixed research ending and added a scroll bar to the event log. That's all we did. Then we're gonna put. It doesn't seem like I did much, but I feel like we. Okay, no, I take that back. The scroll bar thing. Um, yeah, I've been lucky. I haven't had to do a job interview in like 10 years. So, all right, we're done with that. And before that, there wasn't Lyft. I guess I could have taken a taxi, but that shit would have been expensive. I mean, even Lyft would be expensive, but yeah, that seems like one of the things you don't want to do. Yeah. It does. It feels like it should be, you know, the 20 different changed a variable, Maybe I should be putting that in there. Wrote a method for changing a bool. Anyways, thank you guys for dropping by. Oh, sorry, Fismals. I didn't see your question. The uh, language, I'm using Godot engine, and the language is C#. And yeah. So that's it for me. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time, probably tomorrow.